This is my 4th year in Korea, and I've lived in 3 different apartments, soon to be 4, because, well, I move next week. I've learned to adapt well to change and not cling to anything or anyone. It was a challenge at first, because each place had so many stories and gave me joyful memories. Each roommate I developed a unique connection to as I learned from them and grew together with them. Although there were some rough moments of misunderstanding and having differences, we were able to overcome them all, and we grew a lot from it. I am very grateful for those memories and experiences. I will be moving again, but this time having more than just one roommate. We will be living in a house of 5, and I will be sharing one room with 3 people. This will be the most roommates I've ever had. Some would say I'm crazy for choosing this, but I'm actually excited. You might ask, why would I choose to live with roommates when I'm almost 30 and fully capable of living on my own? I know it won't be the most comfortable and spacious place to live, but it offers me the chance to learn and grow from various people and make new connections. Not to mention, I have way less expenses to pay for, and so I can work less, save money, and have more time to pursue my passions. Having time is a precious thing and more valuable to me than money and personal space. For all the time I've been here, I've always had roommates, except for my very first year. That was the first time I had an apartment all to myself. It was how I learned to be comfortable being alone, completely and utterly alone, in a new and unfamiliar environment. I knew it was a big leap for me when I packed my bags in America and moved across the world to South Korea. It was the first time I had been so far from home for such a long period of time. That year was the year I overcame my fear of being alone. I learned what it means to truly be independent. But now, I've never felt less alone. I have realized a lot about myself over these years, living with so many different people. I realized I am actually quite a selfish person. When you have roommates, it's not about you anymore. You can't do whatever you want whenever you feel like it. You really have to learn to respect and consider those around you. This includes cleaning, cooking, expenses, daily schedule, sleep and wake up time, making phone calls, having guests, personal space, shared space, and most importantly, communication. It all comes down to communication. Because without that, it all becomes chaos and misunderstanding. So the most important things I've learned is how to communicate, listen, and compromise. I should add patience, tolerance, and humility as well. Having roommates is a very humbling experience. Unlike living alone, living with roommates lets you look at yourself through the window of others' eyes. Your blind spots are revealed. All the things you try to hide from the world, all your flaws and weaknesses, are exposed. It puts you in a very vulnerable position because now you'll be confronted and have to deal with those weaknesses since they are affecting those you live with. Your personal life is no longer your personal life. Your problems are no longer only your problems. You have to truly think beyond yourself. It's a time you really get to know yourself in detail. Your struggles, your likes and dislikes, your pet peeves and annoyances, your values, your wishes, and your breaking points. In a sense, having roommates is like studying and taking a test. Only it's not an academic test. It's a test on you. Can you pass the test of overcoming your limitations, flaws, and weaknesses? Can you be selfless enough to leave the pedestal of your comfort zone? Imagine being in a class where every day has a pop quiz and you have no idea what is going to be on it. You just hope you are prepared to handle it. And many days you fail because you had these false expectations. That's when you slowly realize the need to let go of those expectations and begin to open your mind to all the possibilities. Once you do this, those curveballs that life throws at you no longer have an effect on you. You learn to catch the balls and it becomes a game of catch and throw. This is all part of the game of life. We don't know the number that the dice will land on, but we can choose our reaction and course to take. How we react forms who we are, and what we learn and do now is forming who we will become.